Today's the 30th of September, and the first new Docklands Light Railway train has entered service. I knew I had to go out and take it for a spin. And immediately when I got on board, everyone's first impression was the exact same.
Whoa, they have shit. So quiet. So quiet. It's so Alright, so first impressions, it is super quiet, especially compared to the old ones. The hunting doesn't seem as aggressive, hopefully not. The one thing to note is that you can still sit out and pretend to drive the train, though these are the only front and back seats on the entire set.
As you'd expect for a brand new train, digital wayfinding is on point. And unlike the Elizabeth line, these ones do actually tell you which side of the train the doors will open on. To be fair, the Liz line almost always is on the right, but still. Here in the second car, you'll find a priority area with a help point and ample space for wheelchairs.
There's also some USB-A chargers right next to the gangway. And even in the gangways, if that's what you're into.
For now, this first train is running between Stratford International and Woolwich Arsenal, but these sets are of course due to be used system-wide.
Alright, here is the door opening. Okay, let's actually open it.
Stratford High Street. This train is for Stratford International. The next stop is Stratford.
Here's another shot of the digital wayfinding, and I like how they tell you very clearly that you can change to other DLR services.
Here's a look at the new maquette. It's much more in line with other stuff you'd find on TfL rather than the other one that felt much like a bus. Here's another priority section. This is the fourth car. Wow, the arrows move. Look very carefully, the arrows are moving. And here's the back. I absolutely love how quiet these trains are. Pretty much in line with all the latest TfL stuff. Alright, let's do a whole walkthrough.
Let's now talk a little about the history of the DLR rolling stock. The first sets were procured in 1987 and were made by German manufacturer Linke Hoffmann Busch. Okay, that was horrible, but whatever. And they were based on the Stadtbahn model that was quite popular in the country. Soon came the second generation P89, which was similar but produced locally and with slightly different doors. Both were retired by 1995 and can today be found in Essen. All subsequent vehicles, until the very newest ones, were designed by Bombardier, first arriving in 1991 and continuing to be iterated upon into the fourth version in the late 2000s. These are the trains that you see on most of the system today, which consist of 2 or 3 coupled units split into halves, each half with 2 doors. The latest versions made various improvements in performance, accessibility, and passenger comfort, but they already feel quite dated. As for the latest sets, they are made by CAF and completely alter the layout. Instead of being formed by multiple smaller sets, it's now one long 5-car unit that is fully walked through from end to end. There are 12 sets of doors across the 5 cars, equivalent to the number of doors on an old 3-car consist, and overall the train is 3 meters longer than those older 3-car sets.
Alright, there's an old train. Here's Woolwich Arsenal. Done a couple laps on the new train, and honestly, I'm super impressed with it. Let's go upstairs, and I'll discuss my final thoughts. Alright, there's a Southeastern at Woolwich Arsenal. First time actually using this station. And yeah, new DLR trains. They feel much more light metro than the original trains. You know, they're fully walk-through. They remind me a lot of the Inovia APMs, or Inovia Metros rather, that you see in, you know, Vancouver SkyTrain, Kuala Lumpur, or wherever. Alright, there goes that train. Class 465, never seen that one before. But yeah, I guess if there's one thing that you can be critical about with the new trains, it's that they feel a little bit sterile, they lack personality. And you can sort of say that the all sideways seats isn't great, but you know, the DLR does get very crowded, so to optimize for standing room, you absolutely need sideways seats. But yeah, I have a couple hours, gonna get home, get this video out before midnight hopefully. And yeah, see you in the next one.